body started to look like a woman, and I was only in 3rd grade. Story time, how I ended up 4 feet 10 inches for the rest of my life. Before I go into details about this story, I would just like to say that there is nothing wrong with being this small. No matter if we are not the beauty standard, we don't need to fit in to feel beautiful. This is my story, so I get to tell it. Starting when I was about 6 years old, which I believe is the normal age that kids start to lose teeth, something weird kind of started happening. My family would notice that as soon as I would lose a tooth, the adult tooth was already kind of coming in, which they thought was a little bit strange. You're probably wondering what does that have to do with your height? Don't worry, keep listening. Fast forward to me being in about 3rd grade, I remember me and my cousin, who was a year older than me, were shopping inside of Kohl's with our moms. My cousin goes, I need to start shopping for sports bras. And I realized I did too. My body started to look like a woman, and I was only in 3rd grade. I would even get bullied in school because a lot of guys that were my classmates would make comments that they shouldn't have made. Started getting acne. Fast forward to 4th grade, I was at home with my dad, and I started my time of the month for the first time. That was another story in itself. My parents thought it was a little off and that something was a little strange about that, so they decided to take me into the doctors and were being proactive about it. And the doctor said, yep, it's normal. She's just going through puberty like a normal teen does. Except I wasn't a teenager, I was 9 years old. Fast forward again to 6th grade. I remember that was the first time I ever got called short, and I was stunned, I remember, because I'm like, I've never been called that. I was always taller than everybody else in my grade. That same year, I had to go get a physical. That time, I believe I was 4'9", so the doctor said, that's a little weird. When did you go through puberty? I said, when I was 9 years old. She started to look kind of startled, and she said to me, okay, I'm gonna have you go into, I forgot the actual name of it, but it's somebody who basically checks if your bones have fused in your hand.
Oh my God, that is a lot to go through, especially as a 6-year-old and then a 9-year-old. You know, as a woman, going through puberty when I started my first time, it was a lot. I was confused, and when you're 12, 13, you notice as a woman your body starts changing a lot. So at 9 years old, and then 6 as well, when my baby teeth would fall out, my adult teeth would come in next month. It was crazy, my teeth would rapidly grow. But I don't know, that's just a lot to go through, and I bet as a child she had so many questions, and her mum clearly would be worried. I think I'd be worried if that was my child. But it's crazy how biology works, isn't it? It's mental. And to be fair, 4'10", I guess is quite a smaller sort of height for a woman, but I know lots of people who are that height. And it seems like as she's got older, she's just accepted it, and this is why it's so important for schools to talk about the female body, because I didn't get told anything like that until I was in high school or middle school. So maybe first school's a bit too much, but little biology lessons this is how a woman goes, and this is body. But yeah, that is crazy. I bet she just, as a woman, you're developing a lot of things. It's strange, especially for a 9-year-old. You probably don't even know what's going on. And the doctors seem stunned as well, which is even more mental. Gosh, I bet there is someone out there though who can relate to it, starting quite early. I had a friend who started when they were 11, and to me I was like, oh my God. So, that's only 2 years thought different. I'm stunned. I think as a woman, you go through so many hormones anyway, so having that at 9 in school, developing things that you're not really sure about, and having problems with your body and your hormones is just even more mental. It's a lot to take on, especially as a 9-year-old.